Mr. President, the late Marilyn Monroe.
Happy.
Hi, my name is Livia Monstead. I am the artistic director of Mon Sans Production and the director of MONROE.
I am Rihanna Beyondich and I'm playing Marilyn Monroe.
My name's Julian Floriano and I play Ralph Greenson, the psychoanalyst.
My name's Scott Murphy and I'm playing the character of James Dougherty.
Hi, this is David Hove and I am playing Arthur Miller.
No, we'll just do text.
So what are Paul's rules? Ask the question. Jordan San Francesco, I'm playing the role of Joe DiMaggio.
MONROE is a deeply complex story about a deeply complex female who is trying to find an identity in a career where identity is the biggest question. Along with identity, she's trying to find happiness, confidence, a sense of self that she can be happy with. And it's just kind of this deep psychological play about the way people can manipulate and use an icon and a figure in really destructive ways.
The play in general, I feel like it's a beautiful play about this woman's struggle to find her purpose and her place in Hollywood and always looking for something else, her new fix. I think it's a tragic play.
It's sad, but it's good. It's sad.
It's about Marilyn's journey, so it's about her going from being a young, innocent girl to becoming the thing people think she was to her end. And there's a lot of different steps in that journey which the play goes through.
In my opinion, the play is about, really, Marilyn's relationships with her 3 husbands. But in stark contrast, just how different they all were and how she did deal with them. But at the end of the day, it all came down to one thing. She couldn't find someone that resonated to her 100%.
No, I think for me, Monroe and the whole story is that it's really showing the deeper side to her. It's not about the glitz and glamour. It's the relationship she had with a number of men in her life and not just her husband.
And obviously this play has come about from a female playwright competition. Tell us a bit about the competition, what the process was, and what drew you to this play. Yeah.
So for the past 4 years, I've been the sole writer of Mon Sans, writing a whole bunch of absurdist comedies, some dramedies, existentials and all that stuff. And I realized to myself, I'm one of thousands, hundreds of thousands of male writers in this industry that hogs the attention to a degree. And I thought to myself, what I need is to find a different perspective, to find something that I feel myself I couldn't write. I wanted to find something that only a female could write, a character that only a female could write, a depth to a female character that only a female could write. And it came about that I just said, well, it's time Mon Sans went further and gave a female playwright a chance to really kind of express her writing in a very fresh, raw kind of state. And I find a lot of theatre companies, they go through emotion where they try and twist things and narrow in on what they want out of their company. And Mon Sans is really about trying to get the voice of the individual artist out there. And it was about time we got a female individual artist to really sing out.
And what has attracted you to this character?
Well, initially when I read the script, I liked it because it was a road less travelled. People have heard about Arthur Miller, they've heard about Joe DiMaggio, they've heard about Marilyn Monroe, but not many people know about James Dougherty, which was the first husband, which I feel is kind of like a catalyst to the spiral as such, the start of the journey. So I feel like it was an important story to tell. But I also liked it because it was just a really well-written character, well-written script, solid, so I was excited to be a part of it.
Ralph is a very interesting person. It's interesting to play sort of a psychoanalyst, and he's very calculated, and I like that idea. Every movement and every word he says is thought about in depth. He's not just flying off the cuff. So I like how strong he is in his mind.
What appeals to me the most about Joe DiMaggio, the reason why, is because him and Marilyn both have exactly the same thing that's going on. They're both living a life where people think they are one person, but behind closed doors, they're someone completely different. So they're living a life of duality. He lives a life of duality. So I can be very angry as well. I can be very bitter. I am Italian. You know, I do cook a mean pasta. Yeah, olive oil, a bit of bolognese.
So dinner next week.
Yeah, yeah. I
Cooking for
everyone.
10.
Yeah, probably not.
I've always been a huge fan of Miller. I've seen most of his productions. I've been lucky enough to see a couple on Broadway, and I think he's just phenomenal. But I was drawn to this character because I didn't know a lot about the man behind the plays, and now that I've done all this research and been involved in his life for this little while, it's amazing to see just who he was and how different he was.
I relate because, well, I relate to Marilyn in particular because I have been through a fair few of the hardships that she has been through, particularly with more of the deeply emotional stuff. But when I heard about the role, I had to apply straight away because I thought, you know, I'm capable of playing this role to a T and doing her justice.
And what's it been like working alongside Amber?
It's been brilliant. We had a lot of applications come in, and really at the end of the day, it came down to who's a person who, when I talk to her as playwright to playwright, what do we understand about each other? What do we understand about the form of playwriting? And what can we bring out of her play? And she was very easygoing about it. You know, she understood what the process was and what she needed to do to get this production to be as good and as clear as she wanted it to be. She had a lot of powerful ideas behind it. You know, she wanted to talk about female empowerment. She wanted to talk about kind of emotional states of females, all things that I ran this competition to find these themes and really draw them out, and we've done that.
Cool. And what's it been like, firstly, working with LeVue as a director, and secondly, Mon Sans as a whole?
Working with Mon Sans has been an absolutely amazing experience. I haven't done this before, but from day dot, it's just been a huge learning experience for me. I felt totally comfortable from the beginning. LeVue is a great director. You know, he doesn't make you feel uncomfortable. So all of his direction has been perfect. You know, you don't feel as if you're under pressure. You don't feel as if, you know, like he's in the back of your head, just like it's all comfortable.
Interesting. It's been good. I wouldn't have had it any other way. He's a good director. He's got years of experience beyond his age, I feel. But it's also been interesting working with the whole production side of things. I feel it's run really smoothly, and if it keeps going the way it's going, it's going to be an amazing production. And I'm just looking forward to actually getting on stage and nutting it out.
He's very nice when he lets me have dinner breaks. I have to ask nicely. No, he's great. He's really great. He's taught me a lot about putting on the mould very quickly and getting the feel of it and making sure you really understand all your actions and why you're doing it. And Mon Sans has felt like one big family from the second of walking in at auditions. They're lovely, so it's been good fun.
LeVue's vicious. He's quite hard, but he comes from a very good place. He's all about the theatre. He's all about his actors. But in terms of Mon Sans productions, good. It's good.
Working with LeVue is really an interesting experience. I've got to say, he's a very passionate, young, energetic, creative guy, and it's amazing to see people like that, and it's really refreshing to work with people like that. It's a very interesting experience. It can be a little scary at times. He's not afraid to challenge you, and he's not afraid to push you further and further and further again. And that's great to see in an up-and-coming director like that. I'm feeling really, really glad and proud to be a part of it and to be working with him. And Mon Sans, well, power to you guys. I really hope it goes really far.
Cool. And what's it been like working with our new actors, Mon Sans, this year?
This year is great because this is the first year in a while where we've had entirely original cast. I haven't brought anyone back for this year. We went and found all new people on board this year. So it's good. It's going really kind of right back to the roots of Mon Sans once again. It's about finding new upcoming talent that wants to express themselves. And it's been exceptional because every single one of them have had this new, fresh idea they brought to it. I think the level has been upped a lot in the years with Mon Sans. You know, we start off very young focused, and now we're very kind of in this mature, analytical state where we can draw more powerful performances than ever before.
And you do make an appearance in the play?
Yeah, I have a small role as a journalist, somewhat of a comic relief, because this play is dark. It is really dark. And I just thought to myself, what we need is a little bit of comedy.
Mm-hmm. And what's different this year from any other year?
I'd say that the story we're telling and the depth we're going into is a lot more, is a lot bigger than we've ever done before. A lot of the productions we've done before is really about logistically trying to work out what can we do to get this production up and running, and this year's what can we do to get a phenomenal production with a really deep message out there. And as a director, I find this year's the hardest production I've ever directed because I've had to find new ways of approaching actors and approaching a scene that I otherwise have never done before. So I'm pulling a whole bunch of new kind of ideas out of this that otherwise I wouldn't have if we never did this competition.
What's it been like working with everyone this year?
It's been great. I genuinely do think that on a whole, the people we've gotten, you know, they come from all sorts of different walks of life, and they come from different sensibilities of acting. These people are very much actors through and through. They understand the craft. They understand the process that goes into it. They've thought about it, you know? It's not just, I'm going to give it a go. These people, they want to act. They really want to act. And they're willing to go pretty far to get there.
Wonderful. Mm-hmm. And why should people come see this play?
Because we're all amazing. Like direction, lighting, sound, acting, writing. It's brilliant. And it's a nice story to hear. When someone they've already said it. Everyone knows this story, but it's a different way to shed light on this story.
Yeah.
I think people should come see this play because they all have an idea of how Marilyn ended her life. They don't really know why she ended her life. So I think if they see this play, they're not going to see the bullshit. They're going to see Marilyn Monroe in all her flaws and her beauties. That's why I think they should see the play.
And why should people come see it?
Because I'm in it? No, people should come and see this play because it's a great play. And it's support female writers is a really important cause. I mean, Amber Kent, just an amazing talent. For, again, really young, creative mind. I think it's going to be a really touching play, really emotional experience, and really smart.
Cool. That's all.
Thank you. Enjoy the play.
Good point.
People should come and see Monroe because it's going to be unlike anything you've ever seen.
And why should people come see this production?
Thousands of reasons why. I need money. That's the first reason. The main reason I would say is we talk a lot about the importance of theatre and the importance of what it is to go see a play, to see live actors perform and give them that time of day. What's important about this year is, I think, really the female playwright aspect of it. we're getting an entirely fresh new female playwright coming on board with this thing, and we're giving a voice to a demographic that really doesn't have a voice. You know, it's so quiet, the voice you hear about females. I can name you about 30 male playwrights. I'm not going to be able to name you that many female playwrights. They're just not, they're just not out there, and it's hard to find them. So this year it's extremely important that people come, because they'll see a new upcoming playwright and they'll know her name.
Anything else?
That's it. We're done.
It's a wrap. Who's your favourite male character?
My favourite male character is Ralph Greenson, Marilyn's therapist.
Who's your favourite male actor?
Really?
What do you think about all the guys you've been working with?
Individually, yeah, that's a secret. You'll just see the chemistry when we're in the play.